Good morning. Welcome to AVNewsCast.com.
Morning.
.com. Today is Tuesday.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Why?
Because you just look a little scattered.
No, I'm all good. Today is Tuesday the 24th. The time is 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And here we go for another AV Newscast Show. Mm-hmm. The number one news talk radio program in the Antelope Valley. Angelina, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You seem really tense.
I'm all right. I'm holding in there. I'm holding on.
A lot of stuff to talk about today, but one thing interesting is news coming out of Las Vegas about the cop killers, Jared and Amanda Miller, okay?
Yeah.
Who killed the two officers.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff coming out of Las Vegas about that. Well, we all knew that they were heavily armed.
Mm-hmm. Okay? And they were nutcases.
They were nutcases. They were both wearing adult diapers.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Why?
I'm not sure. Okay, the police chief there says, they were planning a huge assault.
Oh, so they thought they were going to be out on the street for days, and they just
I don't know.
Didn't have time to stop.
I don't know what the diapers have to do with anything.
Well, I'm tracing their crazy back to faulty potty training. That's it. It all starts from there.
Okay.
That's some stupidness.
Started with the pager. Well, in all, and we don't know how many shots were fired at the CC Pizza restaurant.
So they really thought they were going to be able to get away for a while. They thought they're going to be able to outsmart the police and just shoot up the town. We don't need to stop for the bathroom.
Right.
We need to, because we're going to be, on the go.
It makes me think of that astronaut woman.
Yeah. Oh God, she was a nut too.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
The woman that drove from Florida to where did she drive?
From
DC?
Texas to Florida or something.
Texas to Florida.
Because she was having an affair with the
and her astronaut boyfriend left her for another woman, and so she felt like she needed to go take that woman out.
If you go to
was a real astronaut?
Oh yes.
If you go to Domingo's restaurant in Boron, he has a picture with all these astronauts as poster, and she's on there. It's great. She's right near the bathroom. I always go by and
scary astronaut.
I didn't know about that. Okay, anyway, so in all, inside the Walmart, 52 shots were fired.
Oh,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
52 shots. The husband and wife team, Jared and Amanda Miller, fired 36 shots. Police fired 16. All right. The innocent civilian that was in there, Joseph Wilcox, he was killed trying to draw his weapon. Okay, he had a legal carry permit. He was killed trying to draw the weapon.
Find some cover, then you draw.
Yeah. See, that's that false sense of security. You think, I'm going to carry my gun, I'll be able to protect myself. Well, unless you really trained, because I'm sure the training would tell you to get cover first and then pull it, right? So
yeah, well,
he might have been trained on the range.
Yeah, well, he tried.
Okay?
He tried.
You think that's common sense, though? You got bullets whizzing at you.
Right.
What's the new term? Shelter in place? Instead of hide. Use the word hide.
He might have squared off.
Why can't you use the word hide?
I don't know. That's always what you.
Because I'm like, don't tell me no shelter, man. If I need to hide, say hide. Shelter sound like it's about to rain.
Hey, you're making a lean-to.
Yeah, like what? Shelter in place.
The Millers they brought a handgun into the restaurant, into Cece's Pizza, and they each had a handgun when they killed the two officers, Saldo and Beck. But then getting into the Walmart, there was a huge exchange of gunfire, which we didn't know about until just yesterday, which was really interesting. What happened was one officer, came around the aisle and was face-to-face with Amanda Miller, and he had his weapon out. He immediately fired and hit her in the right shoulder, At that time, her husband, Jared, was then coming to her rescue, They ended up back in the store, and there are shots being fired all over the place.
There should have been brains all over the Sam's Choice toilet paper. Would have been it.
If he was a better shot.
Now, he was wearing a vest. Jared Miller had a vest on.
And she didn't?
I don't know. It doesn't describe
Maybe
what she had on.
She might have been top heavy, and it could have, been uncomfortable with the vest.
Okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
Shut up, Jeff.
Just took me a minute. That's all.
But it was interesting because we thought that it was murder-suicide. Okay?
It wasn't?
Well, Jared Miller, at the very end, Jared Miller was, when he was trying to save his wife, who had already been wounded, okay, another officer came in there. There was a volley of shots being fired, and he had a .223. Okay?
I'm sorry?
He had an assault rifle.
Okay.
The police officer. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
And he hit Jared Miller straight in the chest.
Make quick
All
work
right?
of that. Yep.
And that dropped him right to the ground. That was the mortal shot. He fell to the ground. He was in the prone position.
Well, he had a bulletproof vest on, though.
This guy had a .223, and it went right through the.
That thing goes through it?
The slugs aren't really big, but the velocity of them, they're super fast.
So it packs a crazy punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll go through anything.
And it comes out the size of a football.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And brings everything with it. Anyway,
Yeah.
So Jared Miller fell down.
What do you mean? Like the whole inside of your body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, are you afraid to be graphic?
A little.
You should have seen these bullets I used to have, these 9mm.
Uh-huh.
They had a little titanium. They were hollow points, but they had a little titanium spike in them. So when they went inside, they made a small hole, then they mushroom out and they kind of tumble, and that little spike just hooked organs along with it and just pulled them right out the back.
See, we're getting graphic.
And that's what you use for
Have you ever heard of dum-dum
No,
bullets?
that's what I use for somebody trying to hurt my family. You're guaranteed a kill with that.
Okay.
So Jared Miller was on the ground. He was in a prone position, and Amanda was next to him. As officers were now closing in on both of them, okay, and they could see what was going on, and she pointed the handgun to Jared, okay, but she could see he was dead, so that she then took the handgun and pointed it to her head, and pulled the trigger.
Honey?
Yes.
Honey?
Chicken.
Yeah, but these were nuts. These
Coward.
two, they were nuts.
Nut.
Another interesting.
I don't know
thing
why you
about-
call him a coward, though, because that takes a lot of nerve to do that crap.
No, that's a
No,
coward.
it's a-
That is a coward.
No, you go and you go to trial and you stand before the people and account for what you did.
Oh, they don't want to do that, though.
Then they're a coward.
And speaking about Walmart, another interesting stuff out of Walmart. You know they listen to the show.
Walmart does?
Yeah.
Sweet.
They listen to the show, and they've heard some of your remarks.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, they have.
Walmart?
Because you think that Walmart does a bad job,
Yeah.
and you think Walmart should be the only corporation in America that we should single out, and we should make them raise their salaries.
Yes.
Okay. So David Tovar, the Vice President of Corporate Communications, says, Dear Angelina,
Really?
okay, let me straighten you out on a couple things.
Uh-oh,
right?
straighten me out there.
All right? All right? Number one, Walmart is the largest taxpayer in America.
Okay.
Walmart has hired, this year alone, over 42,000 veterans, just this year. Walmart pays an average full-time associate $12.91 an hour.
Okay.
I want you to be aware of that. On U.S. operations and manufacturing alone, Walmart will be buying $250 billion in made-in-USA products over the next 10 years and expanding education, training, workforce development, and what they say, things will make a much bigger difference than simply focusing on a starting salary. As a result of Walmart's efforts, Walmart as a corporation has seen more associates move off of public assistance as a result of having a job at Walmart than any other corporation in America. Walmart is also the largest corporate foundation in America, and each year gives $1 billion in cash and in-kind donations to help Americans across the country. Last year alone, Walmart promoted 170,000 of its associates. And they want you to know it's not about the starting salary, it's about the bigger picture. They're trying to take care of America.
Well, I mean, I really appreciate that. And if that's all true, one of the things that they need to focus on is their public opinion. Because no one knows any of that.
Yeah, they need to make
that known. That's interesting that you brought that up.
No one knows any of that. And I would have never thought that they make $12 an hour.
Now,
because the perception that we get is they're like $8.50 tops. And you just, there's a lot of negative publicity regarding Walmart.
That's interesting, and he addresses that as well. Okay. And he says, you know what, when it comes to Walmart's image, okay, and you go out and you poll people and you ask them questions, Walmart right now, 28% of everybody that you poll will have a very negative opinion.
Yeah.
And David Tovar says, you know what? That's okay. Because I'll bet you that there isn't a politician on this planet or anyone else that would like to have a 72% approval rating. Because look at the other side.
That's true.
Okay? 72%.
No, I mean, but you're not a politician. You're an entity. I mean, and you look at Winco. Winco has a very good reputation.
Look at the difference in size.
I understand. Okay. But what I'm saying is that they need to put some effort towards getting the public straight on what they do and what they don't do.
Well,
I mean, the other thing that I think that needs to be brought to light is some of the Walmarts are just not clean. They're not nice. You get in there and you're dealing it. You know, the people that you're dealing with are just not well trained, or I don't know where they're getting their associates from. They're just. Do you get what I'm saying?
Walmart is a huge company, and I get what you're saying.
I get it, and every store needs to be managed well.
And
you can go into one Walmart and it's a mess, and you can go into another Walmart and it's together. And I get that too. All I'm saying is that public opinion is beating Walmart to death because we don't know half of what he just indicated in his letter.
Right. That's why he felt that he has a responsibility to educate you, so you in turn can educate the listening public.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Very interesting facts.
Yeah, very. Okay. Yeah.
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 So now he says you got to get off his back.
Yep.
Listen, it's not personal, and my opinions were based on what I heard in the media and what I heard on the street, and my opinions and my experiences when I get into Walmart. I mean, some Walmarts I will not go to at nighttime.
Is there one up here that you won't?
Is there one up here that I wouldn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably I wouldn't go to the one off of
Jay and
yeah, that one. I feel really good at the one on 10th in Palmdale.
Which one? Jay and 20th East?
Yeah.
East? No. West.
Valley Central Way?
I'm not going.
What's wrong with that one?
I don't.
The Valley Central Way is not bad.
No,
that's a nice one.
That's where I could go.
If that's a nice one, holy crap! If you guys seen worse.
No, the east side on J, 20th and J.
Oh, I've never even been there.
Woo!
You haven't? Yeah, I have.
We stop there sometimes on our way out to Wrightwood to get some food. Yeah, I'm scared to death in that parking lot.
Yeah, that's not right.
Oh, well, okay.
But I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I really do. And I don't mind being set straight. So, you know, I welcome it. It's not often that can be done.
Yeah, and really, you know, what they want everybody to understand is it's not... Everyone has a bad perception of, one, they think that Walmart's paying everybody $8 an hour.
Yeah.
Okay? And two, it's not just the starting salary, okay? Which, as you heard, $12.91 an hour.
Yeah.
It's not about that. It's about the bigger picture. And
it'd be nice if they could pull a Starbucks.
What they really try to do.
You've read about what Starbucks is doing now.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. Starbucks is paying for folks to go to college.
Oh, well, that's interesting you say that. So is Walmart. So is Walmart.
Well, Walmart needs to have a bigger mouth.
Yes.
Seriously. Because you don't hear that. Because that's a surprise. I've never heard that. Was that in the letter?
Yeah, so is Walmart. Last year they financed 400 associates to go to college. And if you step up to the plate and you say you want to go to college, they're right there. Okay? They're not going to come grab all their associates and say, go to college.
Right.
But if you come to them, they'll help you.
Well, there's a lot of companies that are like that. Like, you know, you work for Kaiser for like 3 years and they'll match your college tuition. You know, there's a lot of companies that will help you get your education as you stay with them. But I had no idea that Walmart was one.
Yeah, they are.
All right. Well, I stand corrected.
You know, I didn't know that the Center for Missing and Abused Children. I didn't know that they fund that 100%. Okay.
They said that?
Yeah, they fund that. And if you go into any Walmart store, you'll see the pictures. 12,000 kids found and da da da.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And
there's always pictures of kids that are missing and stuff.
I didn't know that it was because they funded it.
Yeah, they fund that.
No idea.
Okay, and I didn't know that they donate $1 billion a year in cash and in-kind goods to American citizens coast to coast. Okay, just to try to make America a better place. So they really got it going on. But the good thing is, instead of just the salaries, what they said is, what we need to do is we need to help prop America up. So what we're going to do is we are going to spend $250 billion over the next 10 years to buy goods made in America.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the more we buy from companies, the more they can hire employees, the more money people make. We're going to take the responsibility, and we're going to try to bring America back up.
That's nice.
I didn't know that they were the largest taxpayer in America.
Oh, I could see that.
Yeah.
Really?
That's not a stretch. No.
More than. Well, I know, like Chevron.
Come on, they got so many holes and breaks and
and more than Apple or Chevron or any of them.
Yeah, because they have loopholes.
Yeah, Apple may have the highest per square foot income in their stores, but they don't have anywhere near the. Yeah, you can't spit and not hit a Walmart. So
you sure can't.
No, I know.
What do they say about that? What do they say about the demise of the small business because of Walmart's?
I've never spoken to anybody, and that's going to be a hard talking point with them because we know wherever they move, and you hear it all over the country, wherever they move and build a super Walmart, within a radius of X amount of miles, businesses go out of business.
Yeah.
That's capitalism.
Yeah, I used to, when they're having the strikes at the grocery stores and everything, I felt a little bad for a minute until that the super Walmarts are coming in, they're going to put the grocery stores out of business. But then I thought, what happened to all the mom and pop stores?
Yeah, before those grocery stores
came along, they they did the same thing, so it's hard to get sympathy.
Right.
That's true. Because it used to be little markets.
Yeah.
Like, thankfully, New York doesn't have that problem. It doesn't have enough area that's open for Walmarts to take over.
Right, because it's so dense.
Yeah, so it's nothing but little markets, and you never go grocery shopping like that in New York. You got it's a field trip.
But you can't really get upset with Walmart because they're doing there's a lot
like
of stuff going on in the background.
I stand corrected, and I appreciate all that information, and I think that they should really get a PR firm to dispel some of the myths.
Problem is that the internet and Amazon in particular, all we're going to have left is Walmart. Because any other stores, people are just showcasing.
Yeah.
They're ordering their stuff. Soon you're not going to be able to go to a store and put your hands on something unless it's Walmart.
Well,
yeah, and you know what? I was at Target the other day, and they were going to charge me 5 cents for a bag or 10 cents for a bag.
I haven't had anyone say that to me.
Yeah, I was in the Valley.
Oh, okay.
I was in the Valley, and it said, and there was a sign that said something. It was alluding to being able to shop online, and it's almost like they're trying to tell you if you want to come in here, you're gonna have to pay a little bit more because the personnel. And all I was buying was a toy for the kids and a car charger because I forgot my car charger, and God forbid my phone died coming home. So, and I'm just thinking to myself, they really are trying to get us out of coming into the stores.
Everyone is.
Yeah.
Every large retailer is trying to do that. Okay. Yeah, it's much more cost effective.
Oh, absolutely.
To go online.
I need
and then look at the jobs that are going to be lost in that.
I know, but I'm like Jeff. I like to walk into a store. I need to see the merchandise. I got to touch it. I got to look at it.
I want to feel its heft, see its build quality. I got to.
I like seeing stuff, but I love my deliveries.
Well, for example, when the iPhone 6 comes out, I don't think I will buy it until I can get to a store and touch it.
Yeah.
I got to check it out first. I'm not just going to, and I'm waiting for the upgrade.
What upgrade? You're on 3.
What do you mean 3? No.
You can't upgrade no more stuff.
No. I'm due for the upgrade.
Yeah.
I
mean, I'm
Are you
there.
Are you going to get the 4 or 5 inch? or 5, almost 6 inch.
I'm going to get the 4.7, I think it is.
Oh, you should get the big one. Get the phablet.
The only reason why I have to go in and get it is because when you talk about phones, I have to have instant gratification.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why I go in and get my phone.
I got to walk out with it.
Because I have to have it in my hand and stroke it on its way home and talk to it and tell it, welcome to the family. And I have to do that. But other things, I love ordering online. I love it.
Oh,
you see me with my stuff. I love it.
Did you watch any of that keynote for the Worldwide Developers Conference?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
no.
The thing that got me excited, on the next version of iOS, tethering is going to be built in. So you don't have to have a special plan with your cell phone provider to connect the
Do I
internet.
have a special plan?
You tether?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, you have to have a plan with your carrier.
Well, you know me. I mean, whenever I get something, I want everything.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm paying for half the time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But now it's built in, so I can't imagine the phone companies letting that go through without...
Just stop it.
That's why your cable bill's so high.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I have to be able to watch it. If something's on a channel, I have to be able to watch it.
You know, it kills me. I'm flipping through all the channels and everything. The Smithsonian channel. Every time I go past that, I blow past it, there's something on there that I'm completely fascinated with.
Yes.
But...
that and the History Channel.
But that's not part of our tier.
Oh, you better call
it's killing me. And I don't want to buy 15 channels just to get that.
That's how they get you, baby. That and do you watch the 60s on CNN? It's a whole series about the 60s.
Oh, I hate the 60s.
No, I don't.
I hate hippies.
Just go to Angelina's house because she's got all 9,000 channels in 17 rooms.
Yeah.
Okay? She's got it all going on.
Yeah, I can skip commercials in any room.
Yeah, that blew me away.
What?
That you don't have a DVR.
Yeah.
That you can't pause your television?
No.
Yeah, they cranked my small town security up to 1 a.m. I can't. I'm not staying up for that. I have to have the DVR.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a DVR too?
Of course.
Up in the bedroom. Yeah.
The kids don't have one?
No.
Your kids have DVRs?
Yeah.
You're so out of control.
Mine are on Netflix.
You know what?
They're either on the PS3 or Netflix.
Zero sympathy now. Don't. You know what? Yeah. Don't.
They tape the shows that they want to watch. And their bedtime is 8 o'clock during the school year. And if something, and for whatever reason, kids' programming comes on a little later, they'll tape it and they can watch it, on the weekends.
Can't you just tape it for them on your DVR?
They're not coming in my room to watch it. Thank you.
Wow.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, Jeff?
Absolutely.
It's $10.
Listeners, you know what? And I want to move on.
I don't want them running across the stuff I record.
Right. Not me though.
Yeah, Jeff, you get in trouble. I want to move on and talk about another story, but listeners and Walmart both are. They said you seem a little unmoved.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it was great information. I really did, and I do and I appreciate it, and I stand corrected.
Maybe that will help. You heard
I
that.
said that already.
Corrected.
I did. I said I stood corrected. I was very surprised that an average income is $12
and 91 cents.
And 91 cents. Now, are they full-time employees? I wonder if they're full-time or part-time.
That was the average full-time associate.
Okay. I think that's great. I mean, like I said, the list that you just broke down, I never heard of. Never.
See, research is important.
Yeah.
Before you go to bash a company.
You know what? It's amazing how Steve jumps sides like you just have no clue. Because last week when I was bashing Walmart, you were like, yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
No, I was not.
Yes, you were, Steve.
Oh, come on.
Were you on Walmart's side last week? No, honey.
I was saying it was capitalism, please. Do you
see what I have to deal with this guy, Jeff? Listen, like I said, I stand corrected. I really think that the public should know how much Walmart gives back to the community, how much Walmart does. Like I said, I thought my impression of Walmart was that these poor people were making $8 an hour. They were all dropped to part-time, so they didn't have to pay insurance. You know, and I was also thinking, how come I don't see the old people at the front doors anymore?
Wow, the gate guard.
And I was like, wow, they got rid of the old people too. I mean, I really had a bad impression.
I think they did get rid of those people, the greeters, but I think that was for a totally different reason. Okay. And Walmart's got more than enough money, so it's not like they couldn't afford to pay them.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Okay. Let me switch gears. Really great story. I call it great. The FBI and local law enforcement across the country, but primarily in California, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, Sacramento, had something was going on, Operation Rescue, and what they did was they rescued 170 children from sex traffickers.
Oh,
nice.
my God.
In the last week.
Nice.
Okay.
170 kids were out there?
170 kids.
Now, I wonder, is this like teenage prostitution? Is that is this what we're talking about?
In some cases.
Because I know that they've kind of changed that whole stigma of kids just prostituting themselves and calling it, sex trafficking.
Yeah, but they're dragged into that thing, okay?
Yeah.
They're enticed into it, okay?
Well, they always have been.
And what was interesting is, out of 170 kids, and a lot of kids in L.A. and San Francisco and throughout California, a great majority of these kids, okay, that are young kids, were not even reported missing.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh. That's what's really something.
So really, if you follow it back, these are abused children that couldn't take it anymore, left. Because what wholesome family? Come on, Steve. What family do you know that your kid is missing and you're not going to report him? Just name
I get
one.
that, but I understand that. But
Yeah.
not all kids that leave the house are necessarily abused.
Yeah, but they are if their parents are not reporting them. They absolutely are.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying sexually. I'm saying it could be neglect. It's some abuse that's happening in that house. If your parent is not reporting you missing, you're 13 and you're gone, and it's like, oh, well, this is not the 40s.
I just reflect back on the missing little girl. I forgot her name. Was it Amanda in Lake L.A.?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
No,
she came back. And
What?
they didn't want to. Yeah, didn't she come back and they didn't want to comment on it, Jeff?
No, from what I understand, she's still gone.
Yeah.
Then there was another one that we talked about.
There was one in Quartz Hill too.
And she came back and they
No, I don't know that she came back either. But I remember that one in Lake L.A. and when we reached out, to get some answers.
They stopped talking to us for some reason.
No, she came back. You guys are losing it.
No,
I'm
I
not
just heard
losing
the
it.
other day that she wasn't, and I was shocked, and because I thought she had come back.
Yeah, no, she's not back.
Well, what's wrong with her?
I don't know. She disappeared. Remember, she disappeared at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had the grandparents on the show.
Hey, we
and
weren't.
that's the
we
same
weren't
family
abusive
that
to them.
she came back.
No, but I had been told there's more to the story.
Apparently.
And nobody would, go on the record and talk about that today. Later on today, the California DMV is going to hold, and it's going to be at about 10 o'clock today. They're going to hold a public hearing to talk about the rules and what's going to be necessary for illegal immigrants to get a California driver's license. This is very serious because the Department of Homeland Security has said, hey, we need to see and approve your design.
Yeah.
And if we don't see it soon, if you want to get on an airplane in California and use your driver's license as
that's
ID,
crazy.
we're going to shut you down.
Thank God I got a passport.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Where are you going?
Why are we being penalized because the DMV can't get their crap together?
It's not. It's the state.
I'm just saying. They're gonna ground us,
right?
Because the DMV can't get their crap right.
Now, one of the things that they're going to talk about is if you're in this country illegally, okay, and you want to get this driver's permit, okay, you are going to have to show some form of government ID from where you came from,
Particular consular
to prove who you are, okay. Most people, when they say they're not carrying that.
They're not.
And they don't want it.
Yeah, they don't want
Okay?
it.
I'm going to make up a whole nother name.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah.
And they also don't want it on their person, so they don't know where to send their behind back to.
Right. Okay, so...
That is a little glitch.
I never thought about that. Mm-hmm. Okay? But you are going to have to show proof of who you are.
Listen, we're so screwed with immigration, it's ridiculous. We're making rules for an illegal person to have something that's just going to state that they're more illegal. That's so silly.
Well,
that's so silly.
Well, here's the thing, though, okay? Here's the thing. There's a lot of... You can drive down the street and see all these little tiny insurance companies, okay? What do you think I was getting?
I don't know.
Oh, gee. You see all these little insurance companies, and it says, we'll provide you with car insurance. No, even if you don't have a driver's license.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure. Yeah. And there are a lot of people that sell that insurance. But people in California have to understand that just because you got car insurance, okay, it's not valid unless you possess
a valid license.
Right. Okay, or a permit to drive.
Right.
Yeah, so they're capitalizing on the ignorance of the law.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the nice thing about having the insurance, though, is if you are in a car and the registration is current and you have insurance, even though you don't have a driver's license and you get pulled over, you've got 2 out of 3, so they won't tow your car.
Oh, that is nice to know.
You need to have 2 out of 3. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you don't have 2 out of 3, your car's going to impound. Mm-hmm. Which is why a lot of people buy that insurance. But now this will allow people that are in the country illegally, all right, to possess a driver's permit, which therefore will allow them to get insurance that will be valid. So if they're in an accident and run into you, there is some insurance.
But the insurance won't kick in because now they'll have the fake ID.
It's not a fake ID. It's a valid permit.
The illegal valid permit. Illegal valid permit. That's what it is.
Well,
because we're so ass backwards.
Well, wait. Let's call it an act of responsibility in your step up the ladder.
Okay, so let's give them that then. Why are we holding on to it like we only have 2 left? They're here. They're not leaving.
I understand.
Give them everything that makes them taxable to the complete extent of the law, like the rest of us.
Well, just being taxable, people need to be able to be employed.
Yeah,
okay.
Just give it to them. Give it to them.
Well, just a second. Yeah, but at the same time...
What's the incentive to do things right, then? I mean,
I
feel bad for all the people that jump through all the hoops.
I get you, and I feel for that, too. But look at Texas right now. They can't control their border. What are they, all on siesta, the border control?
And Texas needs to, whatever problems they have, keep them within their borders.
Hello.
Okay?
Yeah.
Don't send them to Arizona. Don't send them to California.
No. Because maybe you'd watch that border a little tighter, because that's ridiculous.
Because we have enough problems.
There's a hole in that. There's a big hole in the fence, and they can't find the hole.
Well, that's today.
Like the Underground Railroad. What is going on?
The state of California, we're one of 11 states that has approved driver's licenses for illegal immigrants.
So then they got to make sure they stay here. Mm. They can't go to New York with it.
But aren't the other states forced to recognize the IDs of other states?
I think there's a time limit that you can be in another state with a new license. Well, I mean, I guess every time you get stopped, you just say you just got here. That's what you do.
What do you mean?
Because you have to, by law, you have to, if you live in another state, get that state's ID within a certain amount of time.
I never got one in Virginia. I always had a California driver's license.
Right.
Did you get pulled over much?
No. But I was in the Navy, so that might...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that didn't make a difference.
Speaking of being in that, did you hear the story about this woman, her child got taken by social services, and the husband, or I'm assuming ex-husband at this time, fought for custody. And he's remarried, and now the mother is fighting to get the child back, and the judge says if he doesn't show up to court, then he's going to give custody to the kid, to the mother.
I signed the online petition.
I don't get it. Okay, I don't get it.
He's in the Navy. He's in the Navy.
He's on a submarine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stop it.
He's on a submarine,
and the judge says, "No, you got to show up."
Okay.
What?
He's on a submarine.
This is how we just so protect our military. Okay.
Yeah.
They're fighting over custody, and the judge issued an order last week that said you need to be in court on Monday.
I thought when you were in military, you had to give your kids up to guardianship to somebody else because you're not.
He has a wife.
He has a wife.
Oh, got it. I got it.
His
so
ex-wife.
Him and his wife are raising the child of the first marriage.
Correct.
And now all of a sudden she's got a wild hair up her butt and she wants the kid back.
Yeah.
She's
the
in
judge
court.
is going with her.
That's. I don't understand why. I mean, we keep saying that you want to rule in favor of the child, but how is that?
They don't. I've seen that firsthand.
So have I.
It's terrible.
It's the I don't want to get sued by the birth parent syndrome.
It's terrible. I mean, I've seen cases, I've known personally of instances where kids have been raised by somebody 5-6 years, and then all of a sudden the parent comes back and they think that it's my child. I want my child back. I'm like, what about your child? And what your child was used to and accustomed to. Because now you got your head on straight, everything should change?
Right.
Terrible.
No, I understand. That hearing was supposed to be yesterday, Jeff.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what happened?
Custody got granted to the...
No, I'm asking. I don't know.
I think the judge stayed it because there was a lot of pressure from the...
Do you know how long he had custody of his child?
No, I can find that out.
I read and I don't remember.
I was just so shocked with that.
I don't retain facts and figures.
You don't?
No, they go out. Well,
yeah, you do.
Figures I do.
I saw this poll.
Polls I can pull up.
You can make up, you mean?
Oh.
Go ahead.
I will tell you.
Uh-oh.
I've been watching very carefully, and I think I said this, very carefully, the way that Fox News reports on a given story.
Uh-huh.
Okay? And I'm definitely going to say that they taint a great majority of the facts, and they omit a great majority of the facts to make certain stories go a certain way. Mm-hmm. Always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As does MSNBC.
I don't know. I don't watch them. I watch CNN, and I watch Fox for the entertainment value.
Now, what do you think about ABC News?
Channel 7, you mean? Are you saying regular ABC News?
ABC News out of New York.
Oh, I don't watch it.
No?
Mm-mm. I don't watch a lot of the local stuff because it's 15 minutes of news regurgitated. And the weather, and we're in California, dude, it's going to be sunny.
Right. All but 14 days out of the year.
Exactly. So I just can't take it. But I like, even CNN doesn't give me enough because I like to watch, I want to know what's going on across the world. Not just in my little corner based on how you guys are putting that spin on it. You know what I mean? I like to get as much information from other sources as possible.
You ever watch Al Jazeera?
Just the name kind of messes me up a little bit, but I have a couple times, but I just can't get into it.
I've gone online to read it only because of Kaysara.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? To go check it out. And there's a story that came out late Sunday. Mm-hmm. Our Secretary of State, Kerry, was in Egypt. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that he was there for was to talk to the Egyptian government about the 3 media journalists that were being held, okay, that were up for trial, and he was appealing to get them released.
They're done. They got 7 years each.
Yeah. 7 years each.
Yep.
Even when America goes there and says, "Hey, what you're doing is wrong. This is not a good thing."
I mean,
they have no respect for us.
Yeah, they don't. Why would they have respect for us? I don't know why everybody thinks that when we walk in town, people should shudder. We can't. If somebody shoots something at us...
See, that's an interesting thing.
If somebody shoots something at us, we can't even get it.
Well, I'll tell you something, okay?
I mean...
There was a time...
There was a time.
There was a time when America walked into the room, you shut up and you listen.
Yeah, it's not anymore. Because we let too much stuff out the bag. We let people like Snowden tell everybody what the what
we didn't let him do anything.
Well, we don't vet him properly. We used to hire a little bit better. Like, where did they get him from?
Okay.
We would hire people that would really keep their mouths closed and appreciated the fact that everything, just because it's the truth doesn't mean that everybody needs to know it.
Right.
Well, yeah, and at the same time, though, I don't know about hiring, but we used to, we had ways of making people shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
And we also respected...
Men in Black,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah.
We also respected the position of presidency. And ever since Clinton was called out on his stuff, the respect for presidencies have gone out the window.
I agree with that. Then you put a nitwit like George Bush in there.
Ever since.
Help.
Because it's like, I don't know how many presidents haven't cheated. You're not supposed to, blast them like that. You're not supposed to.
Yeah, they covered JFK.
Yeah, and he was a big old hoe.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to do that. Respect the position, respect the man.
Did you ever hear all those stories of similarities between Lincoln and Kennedy?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Kennedy was like that? I mean, Lincoln was like that
Well,
too?
Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy, and Kennedy had a secretary named Lincoln. There's all these similarities and stuff. But the one a lot of people don't know about, a week before Lincoln died, he was in Monroe, Maryland. Mm-hmm. And a week before Kennedy died.
Oh. He shouldn't have went.
Lincoln, Nebraska?
No.
He was in Monroe, Maryland.
No, reverse it.
He was in Maryland, Monroe. Oh!
Not good.
That was really good, actually. That was a good one.
Wow.
No, I mean, I really think that, and then, I don't know. I mean, I get that you may disagree. You turn on the news, and they're like, okay, what the president's doing about Iraq, he's just doing nothing. He's doing absolutely nothing. And we all knew this was going to happen. And, you hear all this rhetoric after the case. Because when he said, I'm pulling everybody out, nobody said, oh, no, don't do this because in 10 years, some little group is going to rise its ugly little head and cause chaos. Nobody said that 10 years ago. But now everybody said, we said that 10 years ago. And it's just so, I get that you might have an opinion that the president should take into consideration. And I think that if we had more respect for the position and for the opinion that we want the world to have about America, you would go across it a little bit differently. We just talk so badly about, whoever's sitting in that White House, that how do we expect anybody in the world to respect us if we speak so badly about them?
I understand what you're saying.
If he can't get it at home, how's he going to get it elsewhere?
And just to sit there and say he's doing nothing, you don't know what that man's doing. You don't know how many times a day they talk about whatever it is. To say he's doing nothing, don't be stupid. That's a stupid comment.
Sometimes, and this is probably going to get me in trouble, but sometimes I think we should just, wherever it is, let them fight it out. That's their own country.
Yeah.
Let them fight it out.
No, I totally get that.
And I don't care what you got. Burn the whole place down.
Yeah.
Okay? Just bring our people home
and
all of our resources and everything else. Stop sending money all over the place.
Well, they're trying to get another spot. They're trying to get another spot like Israel.
What?
I think that we're putting all this effort in that region because we're trying to eventually get a spot that we can call an ally, that we can say
a toehold.
Yeah, that we can get cheap oil because that's what it is.
And the problem is we don't get any. We get the bulk of our fuel from here, and we can get all of our fuel.
So then, why does all of our gas go up the minute something goes crazy in the Middle East?
Stupid speculation in the stock market.
Yeah, that's a whole scam deal.
Yeah, that's.
We bring a lot of. We get a lot of oil from Russia as well.
Well, Russia, just don't play with them. They're not playing with us nicely.
Well, it depends.
It's just crazy because on one hand you hear nothing about, well, America's not going to stand by and watch people being treated badly, blah, blah. Yes, you do. Yes, we do. On a regular basis, we sit back and we hear about, where's the uproar for those 200 girls that were pulled from that school in Africa? We ain't doing nothing.
Well, there's the 24-hour news story, okay?
Yeah.
That story, it burned itself out.
But they're still gone.
No, we found them.
No, we didn't.
No, they got them split up now.
Yeah, and we located them. We just didn't know how to get them.
Oh, really?
Okay.
How is that?
I don't know. I want to say drones.
Because it's some bull.
You shoot SEAL Team 6 in there.
Right. If they had some oil strapped to their back,
that was a problem.
We figured out how to get them girls.
Being able to send armed military there was a problem.
Really?
We were told we couldn't do it. Mm-hmm. That was a no-no.
I think it's a bunch of bulls.
We're sending 300 people overseas right now,
Special forces,
to the Middle East.
Uh-huh.
Well, okay, you're saying special forces.
That's what I've been hearing.
That's the White House says that we're sending advisors.
Yeah, but they're special forces advisors. They're from the SEALs, all the high-ranking, crazy shoot 'em up. Only take one people to take out 500.
Yeah, but we're making it sound like we're sending bank executives.
Yeah.
Oh no! When I watch CNN, they talk about their credentials. It's very it's right at the top. I don't hear it that way.
How many Blackwater people are we sending over there?
What is that?
299.
What is that?
Out of the 300.
What's Blackwater people?
Those are the subcontract.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the ex-SEALs that actually getting paid.
They're getting paid six figures.
Getting paid what they deserve.
Absolutely.
To do what they got to do. Yeah. It looks like today closing arguments are going to end in the downtown trial of 6 L.A. County Sheriff's deputies.
How do you think it's faring for them?
It's very interesting because yesterday in closing arguments, defense attorneys were pointing to and alluding to 2 empty seats in the courtroom.
Baca and
they are saying, you know what? Our clients here are worker bees, okay? And these 2 empty seats...
And they had the names on it?
No, they didn't do that. But Sheriff Lee Baca should be in one. Under Sheriff Paul Tanaka should be in the other. Mm-hmm. All right? That's what should be going on here. Mm-hmm. Now,
they're going to go after Tanaka.
One of the deputies, Sergeant Craig, in a lot of his meetings that he had, he secretly recorded.
Oh, good for him.
And his attorney is saying, listen, if my client is a bad guy, okay, what criminal goes out and intentionally, secretly records the meeting to save it, to preserve the evidence, so he can prove, hey, I'm taking orders. Okay?
It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Well, it does matter.
It just proves that you knew what you were doing was wrong.
No.
Yes.
No.
If I tape us while you're asking me to do something illegal, I'm taping it so that if you threaten me at some point, I can say, look,
what he was
I
asking
want my
you to
next
do,
raise. No, that's...
What he was asking... Okay. The argument here...
Right, John?
Yeah. The argument here, and where the jury is going to have to make a decision is, were they moving this guy, okay, because they were looking to suppress evidence, or were they moving this guy for his own safety?
Yeah, and I told you, if you tell me what the makeup is of the jury, I'll tell you what the verdict will be.
Now, that's interesting, too. Jeff and I were listening to a story the other day, okay? Very shortly, when juries are selected, all right, very shortly now, defense attorneys and prosecutors will have the ability to know who the potential jurors are, okay, and have their names and check out everything about them on social media.
Yeah.
Before selecting the jury.
Yeah, they'll never pick.
Okay.
I'll never get called for jury.
Yeah, me
never.
Okay?
Yeah.
But they're leaning that way. Up. They're leaning that way. So
because that's not a real. That's not. So you're trying to paint a picture, and it's not a picture of society. If you want a picture of society, go out and pick 20 people and say, "Come on in," and stop with the questions and stop with all that mess, because you're trying to skew the outcome in your favor, and I get that. But if you're saying that the jury is supposed to be made up of what is walking the street, then you pick 20 people and you just tell them to come on in.
Should the 20 people, should people on the jury, is being a registered voter, should that be a requirement?
No.
Well, doesn't that show that somebody that's engaged in what goes on in their state?
You don't have to be engaged to what's going on in your state to be able to say he's a murderer. No. Some people are just really, hurt by the fact that when you vote, it doesn't really change your existence.
It does.
Come on now. Only when you locally vote does it change your existence.
And at ballot measures.
Yeah.
You should be out there for ballot measures, if nothing else.
I mean, we voted for, what's his name, and he didn't win. The people voted in Kerry. Was it Kerry?
Who?
Who was it that the people voted in that Bush won because of the Electoral College?
Oh, because of, Al Gore.
Yeah.
Oh, Al Gore, yeah.
People voted in Al Gore. They said, whatever. Electoral College said Bush.
Yeah, that's a messed up thing.
Yeah. So people are
voting,
just, they're not feeling it because
voting. We've got a very important election coming up in November.
Yeah.
All right. And a lot of very pivotal things are going to happen.
Mm-hmm. And people should really pay attention because even if they think that their life is not going to change to the better, it can sure get a lot worse if you get the wrong person in there.
That's why this election is going to be so interesting. Okay. We have, my personal opinion, we have very few wrong choices, okay, in this election coming up, except for Congress. I'm going to say there is a definite wrong choice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And right is night.
Not that you ever, articulate that kind of stuff.
No, but I'm saying it here.
Yeah, you say it all the time. You just think you don't.
Okay, I say it encoded.
No. Everybody. If you watch
128-bit encryption.
If you watch the show twice, it's easy to hear.
Well, but our election, this is going to be very important, and people need to get out and vote. I was talking to somebody just yesterday in the Abadak parking lot, and it's very interesting, and I said, are you going to be voting? And she said, yeah, I guess so. Oh. Who should I vote for?
That means she's not voting. Who should I vote for?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Hey, Jeff, have you ever gotten that? People ask you, who should I vote for?
Why wouldn't you ask me that? What's wrong with you?
What do you mean?
Why wouldn't you ask me if people ask me?
Because you and I are talking here.
Cindy and my father and I, we go over the sample ballots together, but...
What is, why do you pick fights?
Because he just goes over my head sometimes. It's Angelina. Jeff, really.
Well, no, I'm trying to get him into.
You're educated, Jeff.
I'm trying to just get him in.
What doesn't happen to you?
No.
People ask me all the time.
Wow. I wasn't saying, "Hey, Jeff, you're educated, and Angelina, you're not. Get over here." That was not what I was saying.
Okay.
You remind me of a story.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
What story is that?
There's people at a football game, okay? And there's a woman that's there. She's never been to a football game before, okay? And there's all this stuff going on the field, okay? And after the play, the team breaks into a huddle, and she thinks that they're down there talking about her.
Oh, no. That's not me.
I was trying to get Jeff engaged.
Okay.
Into this. Has anyone ever asked you, Angelina?
Yes, they have.
Who should I vote for?
Yeah.
See?
And I run it down, and I think sometimes they're surprised.
Well, okay. See? All right, fine. All right, moving on. Remember that story about the 3-year-old girl?
Oh, this is what I wanted.
The 3-year-old girl that allegedly went into a KFC and was asked to leave.
How could that be? That has to be
3-year-old little girl. She was there with her grandmother, and she was asked to leave because the sight of her and her face was bothering people in the restaurant. So her grandmother said, she couldn't chew hard food. She was there having mashed potatoes. And sweet tea.
Yeah.
All right? And it immediately just erupted all over Facebook, okay?
Was it a lot?
And the news media, everybody, okay? KFC, I think, even put up $50,000 initially, okay? said, we're going to donate $50,000 to her cause. We're really sorry. All right?
Oh, they did do that? I was waiting for you to say that it was a lie.
No, that was the first thing. Then it erupted all over.
Then they had doctors that were going to do it for free.
No, first they fired the manager or whoever told her to leave.
Right.
Then they said, with that income that we saved from firing that guy, we'll just go ahead and give it to the little girl.
Okay, so, and then KFC said, how could this happen? So we got to look at this, okay? Yeah. And the grandmother said, hey, we went to this KFC, and this is the location that it was, and this is where we were, and it was on Woodrow Wilson Drive in Meadowbrook. Mm-hmm. So KFC conducted their own investigation.
Mm-hmm. And it was churches, not KFC.
No, it just so happened that the KFC location that they said they went to, that had closed 2.5 years earlier. So now the grandmother changed her story, and she said, oh, no, it was this other one. That's the one. And they said, okay, fine. All right, we're going to go with that one. So they went back because she had mashed potatoes and sweet tea. And they said, go through the register, verify that there was an order of, no order. Look at the surveillance footage. No grandmother, no little girl. We're looking at major felony.
How dare you make me care? Felony?
That is against the law. That's fraud. Yeah, that is fraud. And people all across America started donating money. $135,000.
Is that a real kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is a real kid. Okay?
And the grandmother schemed.
Well, how many times have we heard on the radio or on news or even on Facebook, a woman in Washington has cancer, and you find out that's bull, okay? Yeah. She's behind on her house payments, and she just wants money.
Yeah.
All right? The same kind of thing is going on here.
Dirty.
What a shame.
The same exact thing.
What happened to the kid anyway?
One of their dogs mauled her.
Good Lord.
Took her eye out.
Pitbull.
Her jaw is...
Another argument against
pitbulls.
Her
jaw is so thrashed that she can't chew solids.
Dang.
Yeah, terrible story. And then, I know we're almost out of time, but also in the last couple of minutes, story we talked about yesterday. The Georgia man facing charges of murder for leaving his son, his 22-month-old child in the car. All right? There's more to that story that we don't know.
What?
And law enforcement doesn't want to share it, but here's the thing. Immediately after that happened, and that was discovered, okay? He's an IT guy, okay? Mm-hmm. Works for a large company. He's an IT guy. Very rarely, but it did happen in this case, they had certain evidence, and they immediately went in with a search warrant to seize his computer. Okay? Because there is information on the computer, and all the sheriff will say is, you can say what you want to say. We know what we're talking about.
What?
When we charge him with murder, it is murder. They're not going to release the information that was on his hard drive, or probably what he was searching for. Okay, but they immediately, and when was the last time, and we've heard about stories like this that have happened before, all right? This one and this, never was there a search warrant to go seize a computer.
Yeah.
Okay? This search warrant was 6 hours later.
Why, though?
Because law enforcement had some information.
Was the husband and wife estranged?
And they had to have enough information to be able to articulate it, okay, in a writ asking for a search warrant
for his computer
for a particular thing. And they went in immediately and seized his computer and immediately arrested him. Yeah. Don't, because you can't tell me that a man is so irresponsible.
No, but it happens, Steve. You've heard the stories before. You've heard the stories before of kids being left in their car during a course of a day and being dead.
Okay, and all those people are idiots. Okay,
yeah, they are.
But you can't forget. I mean, I'm a dad. I could never forget my child is in the car.
I mean, what about the cases where you hear about somebody putting the car seat on top of the car and they drive off? I mean, people are stupid.
Yeah, there was one of those recently.
Yeah, people are stupid.
Yeah, it was in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, people are dumb. Okay,
it does happen.
That one, she was a tweaker. But yeah, but this guy, no, she was.
All right.
Oh, was she?
Yeah, she was a tweaker.
I saw a tweaker video on Facebook.
I know you did.
I never saw
You
that
never saw one before,
in my
huh?
life.
It's like they're crawling out of their skin.
She was like in Walmart,
God.
too.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get in trouble. But, yeah, sorry.
David. Yeah. And the guy, I would have killed the guy who was videotaping it because he had a little kid in the basket.
She didn't know what was going on.
I know.
She was
but you
out
don't
of
know
the
what
line.
she was.
She was like a worker bee.
I'm like.
Going up and down that aisle, wasn't she?
They need
I
to
gotta
take
see
the
it. You need to
addiction
send me
off of
that.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I got to find it again. I thought I tagged you guys both.
Oh.
That's really something. Okay. All right, we're out of
We're
time.
out of time.
Oh, before we go, though, do you have something to remind everybody about on Monday night?
On Monday night.
Yes.
On Monday night here at the Guidance Charter High School?
Yes.
Yeah, the Guidance Charter High School. It is at what time, Mr. Kamal?
5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock here at the Guidance Charter High School. If you want to learn about all the new classes, all the things that they have going on here,
Fantastic program that they have.
and they're going to make an announcement. I'm going to tell you about it a little bit right now. The Guidance Charter High School is going to be the first school in the Antelope Valley and probably beyond,
All students.
right, that is going to supply every student from grades K through 12 with a tablet.
You're kidding me.
Every student will now have a tablet.
Go
the tablet
ahead.
will be used in class. It'll be used during instruction
What about testing?
and on tests. And
Oh my God.
it's yours 24/7. You get to take it home.
With a tracker in it.
Who's talking about
you-
all of a
you
sudden
gotta-
you went
you
to
gotta be
Camacho
able-
Auto.
Yeah.
You gotta. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Okay?
That's amazing.
Very expensive program. So
GPS.
this is something that they're rolling out. So we're going to talk about that more tomorrow. We'll talk about that tomorrow.
That's a
I have some good
huge
footage, too.
undertaking.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for making us the number one talk show in the Antelope Valley. And remember, you can take us with you wherever you go, 24 hours a day.
Yep.
Because we are also on the Spreaker radio network. So on your iPhone, your tablet, your computer, you can listen to us. You can watch us wherever you go. Thanks, and have a safe day. And we'll be back tomorrow.